My name is Dillon Vanzant. I'm 37 years old, and we're at our Switchgrass farm in Athens, Tennessee. Well, we had bought this farm a few years ago, and it was a dairy at the time, and I live approximately 40 miles from here. And not being able to maintain livestock, we were looking for another resource that we could perhaps invest into and be able to manage from a distance, so to speak. And we came across the Switchgrass program and researched it with University of Tennessee officials, and they thought it was a good idea for us, and we agreed, and that's why we're switchgrass farmers. We have about 50 acres of switchgrass. Well, certainly it's been a challenge. Switchgrass is unique to any farming practices we've done before. Switchgrass is very sensitive, and so it's been a challenge to get it established. But I guess as an overall, it's been very good. It's been very rewarding. It's been fun. The challenge of it, the uniqueness of it, it's been intense at times. But the advantage for us is that we're able to maintain it at certain times of the year, and allows me to part-time farm and fit my own schedule. We're at one of the first fields that was planted for the Switchgrass program. It's in its third year. And this is a good example of what an established switchgrass field should look like. It generally takes about 1 to 2 years to establish a good stand of switchgrass, and then it really does a good job of outperforming any weeds perhaps that might be there in the field. One of the advantages of switchgrass is that it actually begins its growth cycle during the first week of March in this part of the country. And so what that actually means is that it begins its growth cycle before most other plants do. So the necessity of herbicides is minimized pretty dramatically, because the switchgrass simply begins its growth cycle and it outgrows and outperforms them, and so therefore takes over the field in a sense. So this is what a good third year crop of switchgrass should look like. That was one of the really good things about switchgrass we found attractive, and that was that we already had hay equipment. And that's really all that's required, just the mower and the rake and the tedder perhaps if necessary, and then a baler. So that was a really attractive part of growing switchgrass, was that we already had the harvesting equipment for it. As far as the investment into planting the switchgrass, we are able to rent the drill from the NRCS department in town, and that's where we get that from. So it's really been attractive, just not having to purchase new equipment for it. Yes, I grew up farming as a young person, and grew up on a family farm in another part of the state. And after having moved to a different part of Tennessee and not being able to farm, it was really a great privilege to get to come back to the farming life, really, if you will, and really enjoy what we're doing now. Well, I'm just, there's a lot of good things, but I'll certainly say that the switchgrass has really given me an opportunity to get back into farm life. I'm a business owner. I don't live here at the farm, and so I'm able to travel back and forth a couple of days a week and manage the switchgrass when necessary, and it just really gets me back to my roots, so to speak, gives me an opportunity to get back into farming. Well, I'd certainly say that it's been really good for us. Every farm has its own uniqueness, but I can certainly say that for us, we're growing forages. If you're experienced at doing that as a farmer, that you would find it rewarding. It's once it's established, it's minimal requirement of effort. It's not as intense as certainly row crops or as livestock. It allows you to farm from a distance. It allows you to maintain it mostly at your own schedule, and it's also financially productive. So a lot of advantages for farming switchgrass. Well, if I can use one word to describe switchgrass, I would say is the word economical. Switchgrass for us on our farm has been very economical. The amount of investment for equipment as well as time and managing and maintaining it has been very economical for us.